Happy Tuesday, everyone. Glad that we are here in Satsang. Uh, Wafa, nice to see you here. Um, you can, um, you have any questions before we start?
No, I'm just very excited to be here.
Very glad that you're here. So we will practice, uh, meditation. That's the core part of the session. But before that, we'll just have a little bit of discussion. Um, so two parts, and then after the meditation, we'll open up for questions, comments, and discussion before we wrap up. Typically, we have these sessions Saturdays and Tuesdays. Tuesday session is slightly shorter, but you know, still 45 to 60 minutes. Um, so first things first, satsang is sat and sang. It's made up of two parts. Sat is the transcendental energy. Sang is to be with. So to be with transcendental energy is satsang. Basically, we embody, try to embody the transcendental energy. We'll give the instructions before we practice that. Um, my grandfather started this in 1930. Opened it to public. Um, so whatever he learned from his guru, he basically shared very freely. So we'll talk a little bit about what this process is. But just to define satsang, uh, partly it is a group practice in the sense that, the collective energy helps the concentration and meditation. And basically, my grandfather, uh, you know, uh, treated everybody like family. Um, and that's the tradition anyway. Then inward orientation. So the core idea here is that we are complete within ourselves. Peace that we're looking for is not outside in the world, it's inside. So inward orientation is a key part of, uh, you know, so before we meditate on the heart center, um, but its inward orientation is, I think, a prerequisite to some degree. Um, so there are instructions for that too. Uh, and then meditation is at the core, but service, the whole, yes, the tradition was a guru disciple tradition, but both my grandfather kind of made it very open in the sense that no registration, nobody has to sign up for anybody to be a guru, but the guidance is always there. The facilitation of the meditation sessions is done in a very consistent fashion. Instructions always there before the meditation. Um, and then uh, the whole idea is that through this process, you get to the state of joy and, inner peace, which I think, most of the meditation and mindfulness methods, bring you to the present moment, which itself has a lot of positive byproducts, but joy and higher consciousness, higher awareness. Um, you know, not all methods get that far, but most do. So this one, you know, is very oriented to move towards higher awareness, higher consciousness, faster. So if you establish a practice and you move, create a consistent practice. My grandfather used to talk about, lay aside about an hour every day, which is difficult in our busy lives. But so prescription is half an hour in the morning, half an hour in the evening. But, uh, for me, mostly the group sessions typically raise your state uh, far more because of the, group's collective energy. So for me, you know, group sessions have really um, helped through and through, effortlessly. You feel that, you know, uh, it's a better meditation every single time. So to talk about the topic today, I was revisiting one of the so my father, who was a chemistry professor, sometimes used to take examples from science to explain this method. So one of his examples was, you know, uh, how the solar systems, um, you know, um, work and how similar this process is to that. Uh, so there are three pieces in solar systems. So one is the reflector, um, and he mentioned that the reflector basically has to be oriented towards the sun, and then the reflector has to very efficiently reflect the energy towards, um, where the energy would be absorbed and stored. So, uh, so at the end, where the energy is getting stored, stable absorption. So orientation for the reflector, the quality of reflection for the reflector, and the stable absorption uh, at the receiving end. So a solar reflector must stay precisely aligned or oriented towards the sun. And then the second piece is that if there are, um, the reflector has dust or, there are defects, uh, then it will reduce how much energy it's able to reflect from the sun to the receiver of this energy. And this absorber of the energy, the receiver, if it cannot retain the energy, then there is no transformation that's happening. So if we apply it to this inwardly, so if God is the source of the energy like sun, and so that source is there, but the guru could be the reflector or the via media. So he is oriented towards the source, receives, and then reflects and transmits it to the seeker. The seeker is the receiver or the absorber, receiving and storing the energy. So basically, the ability to receive and the capacity So for the guru, the alignment or the orientation and the inner purity determines the transmission efficiency. And the seeker, for the seeker, the steadiness, because if you're not steady, the energy will not be absorbed effectively. And receptivity determines the absorption. And I also talk about, the storage capacity itself. So if either side is misaligned, energy is, dissipated and is lost. And not because the source is weak, but because the system is unstable. So that is why traditions emphasize being Guru Mukh, which is remaining oriented towards the Guru. And that's why the Guru remains merged with the divine to preserve the continuous energy stream. So the transformation happens quietly, just like solar heating. There is, uh, it can be a very normal flow if the system works well, because the sun always shines. The question is whether we are positioned and are still enough to receive. So, I find this fascinating as an example. But now let's see if we can practice this way. So orientation, connection, receiving, storage, capacity, all these things matter. So the idea is that we connect to the source directly or through a via media. And if we are rightly oriented, the energy that and if we are in the receiving mode, and we absorb the energy, then like the solar systems work, like, the street light gets solar energy, and then at night when the sun is not, visible at that time, the light comes on. So we could be, when the times are down, this energy that we have stored, we could, use for our advantage and stay positive in the downturns. Okay, so now let's come to the instruction and get to the meditation. So eyes lightly closed and still and relaxed posture. So as we were talking about the inward orientation, keeping eyes lightly closed keeps the distractions, so the sensory input that distracts us. So we avoid that by keeping our eyes lightly closed, and then still and relaxed posture, because if there is any strain anywhere, the attention goes there rather than focus on what we want to focus on in the meditation. So relaxed and still. So every time the body moves, the mind moves with it. So we want to minimize that. So eyes lightly closed, still and relaxed posture. And then feel the presence of the source of energy. So, of your choice. But that source of energy is right here, right now. Feel the presence and in the conscious form and in the form of light. So this source of transcendental light is right here, right now, and the light is entering our heart, distributing throughout our body, and we're becoming one with this light. So the whole idea is that we We're not chanting anything, we're not doing anything. It's the art of doing nothing, just observing that from the source of this transcendental energy in form of light, this light is entering our heart, enlightening it, and then distributing throughout our body. And we are becoming the light. We are getting completely and totally immersed in this light. So there's just light inside and out. So mind wanders away, which it will. We just bring it to this thought and this thought alone, that we're sitting in front of this amazingly, a source of this amazingly positive, uplifting energy in form of light. And this light is entering our heart, distributing throughout our body, and we're becoming one with this light. We'll start with music. Music helps concentration, and then music fades away, and we go deep into silent meditation on this transcendental light. And then we'll transition out with music again. Let's start now. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Any wrap-up thoughts, questions, comments? Sawafa May, how did you find this meditation?
I really enjoyed it. It was very grounding for me, and it's been a long time since I've done a group meditation. So grateful to have shared this space with everybody as well.
Awesome. Yeah, it's so you, so I believe you have tried other ways to meditate, I guess.
Yes, I have. I've got a pretty solid mindfulness practice. I was just hoping to incorporate some new things into it.
Any questions?
No, this was very lovely. Thank you for guiding us.
Awesome. Yeah, this is like guided in some ways that there is instruction and everything, but not in the true sense that, I think this meditation is more about, really taking a step back and embodying the energy and not being disturbed while you do that. Music, which was actually prayers before, we kind of converted that prayers into this musical notes. So that helps the concentration. So anything else before we wrap up? Omkar, Anita ji, Rajat, Renu ji.
Yeah, once you have good meditation, you don't want to come out just like after vacation, you don't want to go to work just like that.
Yeah, I always remember there was this meditation, a guided meditation I was listening to, and it said, don't rush into meditation and don't rush out of it. Because initially you want to switch over into the meditation mode, and then on the way out, you want to absorb as much as you can. So, yeah. Namaskar, Anita ji.
Thank you so much for your time and guiding us. This is really wonderful opportunity and the reminder that we have to stay oriented towards where we need to be. But thank you for being here and thank you for this opportunity.
It's always good to be in a group. It's, I think, as Wafa was also saying, I think when you are in a group, the group energy helps a lot.
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Namaskar. All right. So next one is on Saturday, 10 a.m. Eastern. So see you all then.
Radhat Pranam Bhaiya.
Namaskar.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you so much. Bye, everybody.
Bye now. Thank you.
Namaskar Bhaiya. Good night, everyone.